It. What if magic is real? So I've been thinking a lot about what magic is, and for years I never really realised if I believed in it or not. And I think I do, but in a very specific way. Something I say quite often is my role in magic is to demystify mystification and thus remystify mystification through that process of demystification. Let me just break that down a bit. So what does this all mean? All this demystify mystification business? Well, I'll show you. So what I sort of mean by this is to look at sort of abstract language and symbolic terminology and to pull it all apart and then to put it back together, and then it'll have a new meaning. For example, spell. You spell a word, so S-P-E-L-L. And so every word or spell that you use has some sort of impact or effect on somebody or yourself. And what do you do with these spells? Well, a spell is cast, isn't it? And that could be, I don't know, using speech, or it could be sending an email. To my understanding, it's a way of looking at the language that we use and realising its power and importance. And now for potentially one of the most misunderstood words of the century. Manifest. So I've got a funny story about the word manifest and my realisation about it. I was working in a box factory in COVID, and the courier driver came over and he said, "Has anybody got the manifest?" And I was like, the manifest? And on this sheet of paper was a list of items, how much they weigh, where they're going to go, and how they're going to get there. So what if this idea of making a manifest actually expands more out into you have an intention and a way and a thing that you want to make happen in your life? And so what could this possibly mean in an ordinary sense? Let's say your will manifest air to come out of your lungs, up your throat, out of your mouth, and to say words. Or your will manifest your body to operate itself in a particular way. It could be to pick up a phone, it could be to make a cup of tea, it could be any one of these things. Now you're probably wondering, what does this all mean? And that's fair enough, I understand that too. But I guess all it is that it's about being mindful about everything that you do and the effect that it might have. So we now have a rough idea as to how we can access some of these words and actions and use them to harness a new version of ourselves. But who even is the you that's inside of you?
Maybe it's the static from internal voices that's stopping us from expressing truly who we are. Maybe this static is a barrier between what could be and the things that you think you should be doing because some influencer, teacher, parent, society tells you to do so. What if this is the static that is in the way? What if there is a way to diffuse this static and turn it into a purer harmony owned only by you, and you alone in your truest version of, well, you? What if this is truly you?